What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with another video. Join us now as we look at this week's edition of Raw, as well as the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including the real reason why John Cena is returning to WWE, Cody Rhodes still wants a match with Cena, Braun Strowman dating a new girlfriend, fans notice Cora Jade's new look, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new channel, Wrestlelamia Shorts. As always, we won't recap the show, but just look at the good, the bad, and the downright ugly. As always, we start off with the good as number 1, Shinsuke shares his secret. Last night's video with Shinsuke Nakamura showed how to tease fans and not only bring them back next week, but to give them a payoff worth the wait. Last night, Shinsuke let fans know what a shocking sentence was he shared with Seth Rollins on last week's Raw, that Seth has been working through a broken back for some time and that he plans to use this to his advantage when they meet at Payback. This incorporation of Seth's real-life back problems, a situation he's brought up in interviews before, was a clever way to build up interest in Payback's Shinsuke vs Seth match. Although Nakamura isn't a jobber, the WWE has done a good job keeping him entrenched in the upper card since he defeated Baron Corbin for the King of the Ring crown. Seth's weakness along with Shinsuke's willingness to capitalize on it should add excitement to what should be a phenomenal match. Number 2, Raquel's riotous return. Raquel Rodriguez's return was a well-done build-up for a match against Rhea Ripley. The WWE reminded fans that Raquel is Rhea's physical equal, but also made it clear that it doesn't mean the Eradicator is going to be easy prey. They showed just enough vulnerability on Ripley's path to create a suspense that Rhea may have met a match. Number 3, hope for Chelsea and Piper. Now, is the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship cursed? Now, we don't want to open up that can of worms, but it appears that WWE is making the most of its impromptu pairing of Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. While the concept of Chelsea looking for the right partner via reality shows seemed to have promise, they likely wanted to get the tag belts back on TV. Chelsea and Piper are polar opposites, which should make for some comedy, and their styles may even end up complementing each other in the ring. Number 4, where's Johnny Gargano? Where is Gargano? Is he on tour with Elias and Rick Boogs? Triple H apparently hasn't given up on pushing Johnny wrestling as he's giving the storyline time to play out, and it appears that the ending could lead to a much anticipated DIY reunion. The only caveat here is whether Triple H will drag the story out so long that few will care when it's resolved. Miz vs LA Knight build-up, by the numbers, but entertaining. Last night's segment with The Miz taking on Akira Tozawa with LA Knight doing color commentary came straight out of the first page of Booking Feuds 101. LA Knight costing The Miz his match was a foregone conclusion after The Miz cost LA Knight his US Championship shot last week on SmackDown. Nonetheless, it worked and continued the road to a match between the two, preferably at Payback. Number 7, good build-up for Trish vs Becky at Payback. Now, the WWE also did a nice job building up the steel cage match between Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch at Payback, with Trish arrogantly promising to master the workings of a steel cage match despite never having competed in one. The WWE also upped the ante by booking a Falls Count Anywhere match next week on Raw between Becky Lynch and Zoe Stark, so count on some sort of shenanigans as Trish hopes to gain an advantage going into Payback. Number 8, please turn Drew or Riddle heel. Now, we're hopeful that a Drew McIntyre heel turn is coming soon after Riddle and McIntyre's disappointing loss to the Viking Raiders. They're in the New Day christening the team Riddle, and that's the only reason you need for Drew and Matt to snap. Both men could benefit from a new direction, and while Drew appears to be more likely to turn heel, it wouldn't take much for the WWE to convince fans that Riddle has had enough and is only out for one person. And Gable snaps Gunther's win streak. Gunther's undefeated streak on the main roster is officially over thanks to his count-out loss to Chad Gable. While critics may dismiss the loss as having no effect on either man's push, there is more to it. First, Gunther has shown weakness, not only to losing, but in this defeat showing his ego being arguably his biggest liability. If Gunther continues to underestimate opponents, a title loss is inevitable. Second, Gable's gutsy win shows he's a wrestler who demonstrates it's not the size of the dog in the fight, but the size of the fight in the dog. This was a win-win for both fans as it creates more suspense about whether Gunther can snap the Honky Tonk Man's record-long Intercontinental Championship reign and whether Gable will be the man to pin Gunther. But that was a good what about the bad, as number 1, Judgment Day delay. The WWE will soon have a Judgment Day problem on its hands if they don't fix things quickly. No, we're not referring to the fearsome factions' internal strife, but the creatives' delay in moving the storyline along faster, as well as finding some new opponents for the group besides Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The undisputed tag team champions have beat the Judgment Day so many times, both in non-title and title bouts, that it's time to find new sparring partners for everyone involved. Number 2, Candice LeRae from hero to zero. Candice LeRae is officially enhancement talent, at least judging by her latest squash loss to an opponent. While the WWE likes to serve up its women's undercard as cannon fodder for Rhea Ripley, the Poison Pixie has shown that she can hold her own against any opponent. While she didn't have to beat Ripley, she didn't have to look like a punching bag, especially when she brings so much to the table. The WWE is making the same mistake with Rhea Ripley that it made with Ronda Rousey, making everyone who steps into the ring against her look bad and devaluing them in the eyes of fans. Number 3. Kaden Carter and Katana Chance Crisis. Speaking of wasted talent, Kaden and Katana seem to have joined so many other former NXT acts whose main roster careers have crashed before takeoff. Carter and Chance didn't have to win last night, but that doesn't mean that every appearance has to be a loss. And The Miz's miserable record. Now, as discussed earlier, The Miz's loss to Akira Tozawa was far from unpredictable. However, what was the point of booking a rising star like LA Knight against a perennial loser such as The Miz? The Miz is capable of putting on great matches and cutting great promos. However, it's shocking to know that he only has one win this year, and it would mean so much more to LA Knight beating him if the universe didn't see The Miz as another Dolph Ziggler. Actually, maybe Dolph has more wins than him. Now, there was nothing downright ugly, as last night's show was entertaining, but the WWE should be doing better as Monday Night Football is fast approaching. Just how much depends on whether the WWE can keep more football fans tuned into wrestling after watching WWE action for the last 6 months. What would you guys think of Raw last night? Let us know in the comments down below. Now, let's move on to the news. Our first story looks at the real reason why John Cena is returning to WWE. At top of today's news is the announcement that John Cena will appear on the 1st September edition of SmackDown as well as the company's upcoming 8th September Super Show in India. Cena is reportedly taking advantage of the Screen's Actor Guild strike, as the strike has put a freeze on film and TV production, which opens up Cena's schedule. Ringside News recently revealed John Cena is coming back to WWE for a couple of appearances. This is not a spur-of-the-moment decision. We were told that Cena has been discussing a return since the SAG strike. Ironically, rumor has it that The Rock won't appear in WWE. The reason appears to be something we mentioned earlier on in the actors' strike, as the restrictions on actors appearing in outside projects such as autograph signings and film premieres. While the WWE is not a union production, it's an entertaining medium, and a high-profile actor such as The Rock appearing on TV when his fellow actors are on strike would be seen as a thoughtless move. Now, what's particularly interesting about this situation is John Cena's involvement. While The Rock's Hollywood career is larger than Cena's, Cena is no background actor. Of course, Cena's fierce loyalty to the WWE is well known, and he may be willing to help the WWE out regardless of any bad optics. Of course, there may be other reasons why Cena is appearing in WWE and The Rock isn't for now. While Cena is set to appear, it's unknown if he will be able to wrestle. Wrestlers typically have clauses in their contracts that prohibit them from wrestling during the production of a film and sometimes beforehand in order to prevent them from getting injured and missing time from their film shoot, a situation which can add considerable cost to a film's production cost. However, the fact that the production is on hold may give Cena a loophole for wrestling. Next up, Cody Rhodes still wants a match with John Cena. If Cena is able to wrestle, there's already one superstar who's ready and willing to step in the ring with him. Cody Rhodes recently held an Ask Me Anything on Reddit, and he was asked if he still wants to wrestle John Cena. He replied, "I asked John if he wants to do one more, to consider that match. If not though, I'm blessed to have him under his learning tree and shared a ring with him in the past." If Rhodes vs Cena happens, you can be certain the WWE will want to hold a match on one of its biggest shows. The only problem is working around Cena's schedule. Would you guys like to see Cena vs Cody? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up is Braun Strowman dating a new girlfriend. Ringside News recently reported that the monster among monsters and apparently ex-girlfriend Raquel Rodriguez unfollowed each other on social media. They reported Braun Strowman appeared with a new girl in a little comedy video. The caption on this video said, "When your girl drives." This new girl is Nina Daniel, someone with over 1 million Instagram followers already. She's an influencer and has a lot of content online. And finally, fans notice Cora Jade's new look. And last but not least, Cora Jade is sporting a new look, as seen in a photo she recently uploaded to Instagram of her rocking in a bikini. Not only that, but fans noticed something different in Cora Jade's appearance. One put a before and after of Cora Jade, and it's kind of obvious. Fellow WWE superstar Dana Brooks snarked, "Sent you off to the doctors." But there you have it folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.